welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everybody's having a great day. Now, let's start off the Eagles versus the Saints. Let's get to the injury report. Now, for the injuries on this team, the Philadelphia Eagles, we all know Carson Wentz is out with the back. We all know he's out. Michael Bennett, foot. Jason Peters, quad. Mike Wallace, ankle. DJ Alexander, hamstring. And cornerback Sidney Jones, the hamstring are all questionable. And Saints wide receiver Simmie Cobbs is out with a knee injury. Now, let's get to the Saints offense versus the Eagles defense. Drew Brees is going to pick apart the secondary again like he did last time. And this team was quite hurt last time. I know they've been playing better and that's because of Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator. But you guys have to look at it from this perspective. The defensive line is going up against this offensive line. Ramczyk, Unger, Emstead and the rest of this offensive line for the Saints are very, very good. Now, the defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles, with Michael Bennett being questionable, he's likely going to play. Fletcher Cox, Tim Jernigan, Chris Long coming at you. The Eagles' offensive line can handle this defensive line. And this is the only thing that the Eagles have over the Saints in the offense as it getting to Drew Brees. But then you have Mark Ingram who could pound the ball. You have Alvin Kamara who can also run the ball. He can catch the ball. So they have the dynamic of both running backs. You have the offensive line. You have Benjamin Watson who's retiring at the end of the year. But at the same time, you also have Josh Hill tight end too. But Benjamin Watson, he can still play. Then you have Michael Thomas on one side. You also have Ted Ginn Jr. back in the lineup. So technically, these receivers are good. Ted Ginn go down the field. Michael Thomas can go down the field. So when you look at the Saints offense, and then having Drew Brees at quarterback going up against that Eagles secondary where Malcolm Jenkins is the only one left. And you guys know I've been on Philadelphia all year. They've been a good team. For the videos that I've been doing that you guys have been seeing, that I've been on Philadelphia and how they've been good. I did think they were going to lose last week, so I know you guys were like, oh, but you said they were going to lose last week. That's because of the Bears defense, but it was by a field goal. The Bears could have won, but it was by a field goal. But anyway, the Drew Brees will have a better game than he probably did last time. He's had a week off. He actually had 2 weeks off because he didn't start week 17, and then they didn't play last week because of the first round bye. To me, Drew Brees is 100% healthy. There's nothing wrong with him. Obviously, he's had a great season. I think he'll win Offensive Player of the Year. If not MVP, he'll probably win Offensive Player of the Year, I think, in my opinion. Unless they just give that to Patrick Mahomes as well. But to me, he's going to shred the secondary of the Eagles. Malcolm Jenkins is the only one that's left in there. They have been playing well, but I just think that coming into New Orleans, it is a playoff game, and I don't think they're going to be able to win in New Orleans. But this offense, to me, is just too high power for this Philly defense. Unless the defensive line just continues to bring pressure on Drew Brees will have a field day with this secondary. They were close with the Bears last week. I don't think it's even close. You can remember, you guys have to understand something. It's Drew Brees. He set another record in the NFL for completion percentage, 74.4%. And just seeing that he's done that again, multiple 5,000-yard seasons. He didn't have one this year, but he still was always right there with the MVP with Patrick Mahomes as well. In my opinion, I think that the Saints will just stomp all over this Eagles defense. Yeah, people are gonna say it's not gonna be the same as last time, but if I'm not mistaken on this, I think that the Eagles defense is even more hurt from when they faced last time. So, like I said, you only got Malcolm Jenkins in the secondary, Sidney Jones. I think next year will be his really, really breakout year. I think he'll have a breakout year next year, but the Saints offense is going to go over the Eagles defense. Now, if you look at the Eagles offense, with Nick Foles, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, the offensive line is playing phenomenal for the past couple weeks. Nick Foles has been the quarterback. You also have Alshon Jeffrey, stud wide receiver. You also have Nelson Aguilar. You got Golden Tate in the slot. To me, this is going to come down to offense again, because the Saints defense is good with Davenport and Cameron Jordan and Sheldon Ranks as defensive tackle. You got the linebackers is very, very good. Safeties, Eli Apple's been playing better since he's left New York. Marshawn Lattimore. So this team is gonna be okay. Now this secondary is better than Philadelphia's secondary by a landslide because of the injuries. And in my opinion, Nick Foles is not gonna have a dominant game against his secondary because they've been coming together. The first 8 weeks compared to the last 8 weeks, the Saints have been better, I think, in the secondary because remember the beginning of the year against that Buccaneers team, Ryan Fitzpatrick threw over 400 yards. So to me, in this game, Nick Foles going against his Saints defense. The offensive line did play well. Jason Peters says they ran up the score last time. Doug Peterson said that's not, that's not what happened or whatever. He doesn't think so. So in this game, for me, in my opinion, I do think that the Eagles offense will be slowed down by this Saints defense. I don't think that the Saints will let the Eagles get revenge. It's hard to win in New Orleans behind this crowd. If they win this game, they do go to the NFC Championship game. I did pick the Rams to win in yesterday's video, so I think that it will be the Saints versus the Rams for the NFC Championship game in New Orleans, and I'll give you that prediction next week. But as far as the Eagles offense going against Saints defense, I think that they do have good weapons on the Eagles offense. Don't get me wrong. They have great weapons all across the board. They don't have a running game, so expect it to just be a lot of Nick Foles. I know they have Darren Sproles who can catch out of the backfield, and he can get through. He can get through some holes too and run loose. But in my opinion, I do think that this Saints defense will show up and they will beat down this Philadelphia Eagles offense because I don't think Nick Foles is going to get it done. I think the luck is up. If you guys even believe in like luck in that instance, but in a football instance with Nick Foles, but to me, in my opinion, Drew Brees is going to show why he wants to win the Super Bowl. And possibly, maybe if he wins the Super Bowl, he may ride out and retire. Or he wins the Super Bowl and next year he comes back to win the MVP. Maybe. But like I said, in this game, I think the Saints have the full advantage. They're at home. You have the better quarterback. In my opinion, I think they do have the better defense on paper because of the Eagles secondary being hurt the way they are. Obviously, next year the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be a good team coming into next year. I don't think you have anything to worry about that with the Philadelphia fans who may be watching this video. But let's just say what it is. Drew Brees having a great year. He's probably going to be second in MVP voting to Patrick Mahomes, who threw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. But just overall in this game, look at the offenses, look at the defenses, and look at coaching. Sean Payton has the edge over Doug Peterson. Now, they both have Super Bowls, but Sean Payton's been doing it longer as a coach than Doug Peterson as a head coach, rather. But if you look at it, like I said, from both sides, I think Drew Brees is going to have like I said, it's not going to be a high-scoring game. I think it will be a decent game with both teams. I do think that Drew Brees will be stopped a couple of times. Nick Foles will be stopped, but I do think it will come down to that Saints defense stopping that Eagles offense and Drew Brees having the Saints offense destroy that Eagles secondary with Michael Thomas and Ted Ginn going over the top. That's just my prediction. Saints will win this game tomorrow. And, well, today. And they will advance to the NFC Championship game against the Rams in my pick. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more videos. Let me know in the comment section who do you think will win this game, by how many scores, touchdowns, who will throw for more touchdowns. Who do you think, why am I wrong that the Saints will win? Maybe you guys think the Eagles will win. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, guys. Peace.